Welcome. On behalf of Oakdale High School and our graduating class of 2020, I am pleased to welcome the families and guests of our graduates. 4 years ago, we began our journey together, and today we are delighted to reflect on and celebrate our accomplishments as we complete this stage of our lives. At this time, I would like to introduce Natalie Flynn, Michael Petty, and Colby Bragg as they will be performing the national anthem.
Thank you, Natalie, Michael, and Colby, for that wonderful performance. Good morning, and welcome to the Oakdale High School virtual graduation ceremony. I would like to take a moment to introduce a number of dignitaries who have supported your educational journey. First, our elected Board of Education. President of the Frederick County Board of Education, Mr. Brad Young. Vice President of the Frederick County Board of Education, Mr. Jay Mason. Frederick County Board of Education members, Ms. Liz Barrett, Mr. Michael Buninsky, Ms. Ray Gallagher, Dr. Lois Jarman, Ms. Karen Yoho, and student member of the board, Mr. Malachi Macon. We are also honored to recognize the following Frederick County Public School System leaders: Superintendent of Frederick County Public Schools, Dr. Teresa Albin; Deputy Superintendent of Frederick County Public Schools, Dr. Mike Marco; Executive Director of System Accountability and School Administration, Dr. Jamie Alavido; Instructional Director of High Schools, Ms. Kathleen Chappelle. Next, thank you to our feeder principals for their continued support: Ms. Amy Routson, Principal of Deer Crossing Elementary School; Ms. Lee Warren, Principal of Oakdale Elementary School; Ms. Deveda Coley, Principal of Spring Ridge Elementary School; Ms. Margaret Gilgallen, Principal of Governor Thomas Johnson Middle School; and Ms. Mita Badshaw, Principal of Oakdale Middle School. I would also like to recognize Mr. Mike Concepcion, Principal of the Career and Technology Center. Supporting your journey here at OHS, the Oakdale High School Administrative Team, Assistant Principals, Ms. Lindsay Baker, Mr. Daniel Grimm, and Ms. Kelly Kirby. I would also like to thank your former principal, Ms. Donna Clayball. I would also like to recognize our senior class advisors, Ms. Chrissy Polis and Mr. Chris Krivos. Last, but certainly not least, I would like to recognize the phenomenal faculty and staff of Oakdale High School who have poured their heart and souls into helping our graduates reach this important day. We are grateful to have with us this morning Ms. Ray Gallagher, who will bring greetings from the Frederick County Board of Education. Ms. Gallagher holds a master's degree in public administration from the University of Baltimore and a bachelor's degree in psychology and Spanish from Kalamazoo College in Michigan. Ms. Gallagher's career has focused on working in nonprofits in Maryland to improve educational and employment outcomes for young people. Ms. Gallagher has a strong commitment to ensuring our public education system continues to successfully meet the varied needs of Frederick County students, parents, business leaders, educators, and residents.
A quote I stumbled across recently from a world-famous athlete says, "Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing or learning to do." You, Oakdale graduating class of 2020, demonstrate that you have what it takes to be successful, and not by accident. My name is Ray Gallagher, Board of Education member here in Frederick County, and I'm so honored to speak at your graduation as we celebrate and honor your past 13 years of educational successes. Here as we sit in the midst of a global pandemic, my guess is that none of you imagined that your senior year of high school would come to a close with continuity of learning, complete with Screencastify lectures, Google Classroom assignments, and parents as support teachers. Throughout the past 2 months, you missed many milestones, final seasons of spring sports, prom, awards and graduation ceremonies, and now this, your graduation. And yet, I know and believe that you will face the current obstacles as many of you face the challenges of your daily lives, with determination, with grit, with resilience, and with the past 13 years of educational experiences to help guide the next steps of your life's path, wherever that may be, embarking on a job, seeking further education at community college or trade school, looking forward to going away to college, or entering into the service of military life. While the spring of 2020 may not be the storybook ending you envision for your K-12 career, there is greatness and opportunity in the next steps of your journey. Take the time now to thank your parents and family members who are both grieving this ending and celebrating your wonderful accomplishment, to thank your teachers and educators who supported your tremendous growth, to reach out to friends, teammates, and coaches who were instrumental in carrying you through to this special moment. And as you look ahead to your future, recognize that learning and education does not stop now. Now is when you begin to test out the lessons learned in the hallways, accomplished on the athletic fields, or seized in the classrooms of Oakdale High. You can be successful whoever you are as you work hard, learn from your experiences, and connect with new people every step of the way. Seek out those people who might experience life differently, promote a diversity of opinions, and profess political preferences opposed to your own. While there may be comfort in spending time with people who share the same ideas as you, there's opportunity for growth in seeking out those with completely different perspectives than your own. Seize those opportunities to open your mind, embrace continuous learning, and explore those paths that never seemed possible. This is your time. There is no opportunity as ripe for self-reflection and reinvention as when you graduate from one phase of life and enter into another. Remember, success is no accident. You can do this. Believe in yourself the same way that your teachers, your family, and all your supporters believed in you, cheered for you, and dreamed for you over the past 13 years. Congratulations on your successes and accomplishments here at Oakdale High, and good luck as you head out into the next phase of your life. You've got this.
Thank you, Ms. Gallagher. We are honored to have the Superintendent of Frederick County Public Schools, Dr. Teresa Albin, share her remarks with the OHS Class of 2020.
Congratulations, Bears Class of 2020. It is an honor to join you, your families, friends, teachers, and staff who have supported you on this journey to your high school graduation. I do not think any of us would have predicted the detour you had to take on your educational journey because of the COVID-19 pandemic crisis. It has definitely made your journey unique, unprecedented, and a true life-changing experience. This crisis changed many things, but we know that our 21st century world is constantly changing, even when things are normal. Your years in school have provided a foundation for learning that will enable you to continue to grow. You have learned many important lessons, as your classmates shared with me. Lindsay Edwards said, "I learned that change is not something to be afraid of, but something that can make a person stronger. All my life, I thought change was a bad thing, but throughout high school, I learned change is a very important part of life." From Alison Aleza, "The most important lesson I learned in high school was to dream bigger, because I can accomplish anything. At the start of high school, I had no idea what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. By taking classes offered by CTC, I discovered my passion and achieved more than I could have ever imagined for myself. I was able to earn my CNA/GNA certification and compete in regional Skills USA competitions. Every year, I realized more and more of my potential. High school taught me that the sky is truly the limit, and I am very excited to continue the journey of life. And from an anonymous senior, the most important lesson I learned throughout high school was that surrounding yourself with the right type of people, those who simultaneously push you and support you, makes achieving your goals much easier. And that goes for not only academics, but athletics, art, music, physical health, our careers, and anything else we may pursue in life. I believe the lessons you learned on your educational journey helped you to cope and adapt during this pandemic crisis. It is often said that a crisis reveals a person's true character. I think a crisis also builds our character, as we must rise to meet new challenges. This is definitely what happened for many members of the class of 2020. Here are some of your classmates' reflections on the valuable lessons they have learned by living through a crisis. From Andrea Aud. How important it is to keep a schedule and to-do list. The days all start to blend together, but life goes on, and it's important to keep track of your responsibilities so you know what you have to get done and what you've already gotten done. From Megan Chang. I have learned to ride the waves of life and enjoy the little things. Life is less about what happens to you and more about how you handle the situations in front of you. I am grateful for quality time spent with family and for the hard work that my teachers put in to help me succeed. From an anonymous senior, I have learned how important it is to find something that you are passionate about, that you can better yourself in each and every day, and in the circumstances we find ourselves in. I have seen many people fall victim to a massive loss in motivation. Picking up a new hobby, spending more time with family, or continuing to progress toward your goals in any way, shape, or form is essential during this time. And from Melina Kansari, you should enjoy little moments that seem banal and ordinary because you don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. Stay positive. The class of 2020 has grown so much in 13 years and in the last 3 months. You have sacrificed much during this crisis, and I hope you will reflect on what you have gained as well. Your classmates have said it so eloquently. There is no doubt that your class will be remembered in history, yet I believe that the members of this class will be remembered not because you graduated during the pandemic of 2020, but because of how you rose from that crisis to become incredible leaders, thinkers, innovators, and compassionate global citizens. And so Bears Class of 2020, now is your time to create positive change in the world. I wish you much success on your journey. And remember, make us FCPS proud of you.
Thank you, Dr. Alban, for your thoughtful message. Next, we would like to welcome Brooke Butler to provide student remarks. Brooke Butler was a member of the field hockey team all 4 years and captain of the varsity team for 2. She was also an active member of the National Honor Society, Math National Honor Society, the Student Government Association, and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. In the fall, Brooke will be attending University of Maryland and plans to major in kinesiology.
To the Oakdale High School graduating class of 2020. Just like our parents said it would, it went by fast, and even more so for us with what has gone on in the past months. We are all coming at a very trying time. What was once an unforeseen possibility has turned into our reality. Everywhere you look, you see the bad news being spread. But what about the good news? The news that brings a smile to your face. The news of the genuine good in the world. The news that spreads the pure hope and kindness everyone needs. Why don't we see this news? John Krasinski started a show called Some Good News. Now this show is not like others. It's purely good news. Some Good News was created to put that smile on your face, to share the genuine good, and to spread that hope and kindness. It's to remind us of all the good in the world, because though you may not hear about it, there's a lot of it. We hear all about these stories of greed. Why not about the stories like the one of a man who used up all of his savings to fill the gas tanks for dozens of nurses heading to nearby hospitals? Or the story of Luke Adams, a nurse from Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, who left behind his wife and 2 young kids to go sleep in his car to help out at a hospital in Staten Island, New York. Or the story of a young brother and sister who played a porch concert for an elderly neighborhood while in self-isolation. These stories are all of people just like us. I know every single one of you has the power to be a light in this world. You have the power to be the good news. It's easy to think the world is so divisive at times when you're online or following news, but when you go out and see the world for what it is, most people are kind and helpful and genuinely good. So share the good news in life. Be the good news in life. We've all left little bits of ourselves behind here, little reminders, a lifetime of memories, photos, trinkets, things for others to remember us by when we are gone, and things to remind us of when we return. This is a place where we have found our friends, some who have become family. This is where we grew up, where we found our passion, where we excelled, and where we learned to take responsibility. This place has helped shape the people we are and the people we are going to become. Even if things, memories, have been taken from us, this place has given us so much, something I hope we all remember as we go forward. Congratulations to all you graduates. I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. And remember, once a bear, always a bear. And no matter how hard it gets, there's always good in the world.
Thank you, Brooke. Next, we will enjoy a performance by David Klaus and Kira Gordy. Kira was a member of Oakdale High School's choir for all 4 years. When she isn't working on music, she has enjoyed playing golf for as long as she can remember. For the last 3 years, she has been a member of Oakdale's golf team. She has avidly participated in the Student Government Association, Polar Plunge, and various other clubs. Kira will be attending FCC for 2 years, then transfer to a 4-year school and major in health sciences to become a physical therapist. David was a member of Oakdale's choir since freshman year and always looked forward to signing up for it the next year. When he's not singing, he enjoys writing music and acting, as well as swimming. Alongside singing since grade 9, David has been part of the swim team and considers it to be somewhat of his second family. He has been a part of the International Thespian Society. David will be attending Ithaca College to earn a bachelor's in fine arts for acting. Please enjoy their performance of A Million Dreams from The Greatest Showman.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest color dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see. To the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me. A million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be. A vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
Thank you, David and Kira, for that lovely performance. Next, we have another student speaker, Madison Spencer. Maddie is captain of the Oakdale golf team, a member of the winter cheer team, and she was involved in National Honor Society, National Dance Honor Society, and Future Teachers of America. She will be attending East Carolina University to major in elementary education.
Needless to say, this definitely wasn't the senior year most of us were expecting. For years, we have daydreamed about this day, about the end of high school, and about moving on to the next step. We have watched classmates, older siblings, and friends get to enjoy every great aspect of their senior year, building up anticipation for when we finally get that moment. When we were growing up, a certain series of movies was popular, High School Musical. This may have given us some unrealistic expectations of high school and our senior year. However, through everything that has happened to the second half of our year, I keep thinking about one quote from those movies. High school wasn't meant to last forever. And it's true. At the end of the day, it is only 4 years of our lives. But during our time at Oakdale, we've had a pretty great 4 years. Can you still remember the nerves of your first day of freshman year? Since that day, we've won state champion titles in numerous sports, bocce, golf, and track this year alone. We've gotten through our hardest class and enjoyed every second of our easiest class. We've met teachers that have helped us through school, life, and inspired us to chase our dreams. We've had late night studying and early mornings for practice. We've made mistakes, forgotten things, and learned. We've had fun, worked our butts off, and made friends that will last us a lifetime. Our class is going to college everywhere across the country, from Florida to California, and even as close as Frederick. We want to be successful as biochemists, teachers, physical therapists, nurses, athletes, businessmen and women, and so much more. Our graduating year is much different than the classes before us, and will be much different than the classes following us. But as we move on to the next step in our lives, our class will all carry the same mindset. Never take one moment for granted. We will always remember the energy in the air at the first football game and hearing thunderstruck as we walked in the stands. We will always remember our first high school dance and taking off our shoes in the first 5 minutes. We will always remember shouting "Oh" during the national anthem and "Home of the Bears" at the end. We will always remember what it's like to see our best friends every day. We will all remember what Oakdale has given us: knowledge, determination, and community. We realize how easily things can be taken away, and how every moment we get to have is a gift. Our senior year might not have been the perfect experience we were picturing in our heads, because it was so much more than that. High school itself was so much more than what we had pictured. Every moment we got to have was amazing and made us who we are today, and we won't take that for granted.
Each year of graduation since 2017, when the Golden Bear Award made its inaugural debut, the staff at Oakdale recognizes a graduating senior for their upstanding character. When given the chance to nominate, the staff submitted over 40 different names, a true testament to the community and the families that raised these amazing students graduating today. One student in particular was described as the epitome of a bear, the ultimate bear, the perfect candidate, a standout in every possible way. Teachers shared that this student works harder than the average student and focuses on fostering close, positive relationships with all students and staff. She is praised for her maturity, selflessness, and kindness that brightens everyone's day and makes those around her feel loved and valued. She spent countless hours tutoring peers and was an active member in numerous organizations, such as SGA and the Leadership Academy, through which she brought a soccer camp to underprivileged students as her capstone project. I've had the distinct pleasure of having her as a student in AP Calculus and as a leader in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And on behalf of the faculty and staff here at Oakdale, I am pleased to give the 2020 Golden Bear Award to Emma Melton.
Every year in May, each graduate is asked to recognize a staff member who has had a positive impact on their school career as well as in their life. These recognitions are compiled, and students vote to determine who will be honored with the Golden Bear Staff Award. This year, 191 seniors nominated 51 different staff members for this incredible honor. I believe that this speaks directly to the passion, commitment, and dedication that the Oakdale High School staff has for our students as well as for learning. This year, I have been given the distinct honor of announcing the Golden Bear staff winner. Students shared that this year's winner was always willing to help students in his class and that his class had a positive atmosphere that made students eager to learn. They shared that he is super caring and will always take the time to help. They described him as both positive and kind. One student said that you can tell how much he loves his job and he is overall a great person to be around. Another said that he wants everyone he teaches to succeed and gives off good vibes and is willing to help everyone no matter what. A common theme in his multiple nominations was that he makes sure that every student feels welcome in his classroom and that he is a great teacher and an even better person. A student said that I have learned from watching him that no matter how difficult a situation seems, you keep pushing through until the end. Simply put, he is the nicest guy and truly one of Oakdale's finest. On behalf of the senior class of 2020, I am thrilled to present the Golden Bear Staff Award to Mark Widmeyer, or as his students lovingly call him, Mr. Wid.
Greetings, Oakdale High School class of 2020. We are almost to the moment you have all been waiting for, officially graduating through the presentation of diplomas. I must echo your sentiments in that this is not at all the graduation ceremony that we had envisioned or hoped for. However, we are making do considering the current pandemic. I am saddened that our time together was cut short as we had many memories to make together this spring. I know that I just arrived to Oakdale High School this past fall, but I have very much enjoyed getting to know you, including during our student staff basketball tournament when I got knocked to the ground and got all bruised up. I have truly enjoyed being with you and being taught what it truly means to be a bear. Today marks the culmination of 12 years of compulsory education. The last 2 months of distance learning does not define your educational journey or negate the years of hard work that have helped you make it to this moment. For many of you, you have enjoyed the safety and security of elementary school and field trips to the Great Frederick Fair, to discovering your identity in middle school and navigating the turbulent waters of the time. And finally to high school, where you have been able to embrace the inner you and begin taking classes that you wanted and to explore new ideas and experiences. Oakdale High School has provided you with many opportunities to grow yourself, from offering numerous advanced placement and dual enrollment courses to the variety of electives to meet your interests, but also the extracurricular activities, from the Interact Club to the robotics team, to performing on the stage in Shrek or Grease, to mock trial and academic team, to marching with the Oakdale Bear Band, and the unmatched athletic performances your class has earned 8 state championships. It has been a long journey with many twists and turns, but today's celebration is not just about you and your accomplishments, but it is also a celebration and a time to honor all of the people who have given a little piece of their heart in order to help you achieve your goals and live up to your potential. I know that you are likely viewing this from home with your family, so please take a moment to thank your parents and siblings for supporting you and pushing you to be your best self. And if we were together at Mount St. Mary's, I would ask that you take a moment to honor your mentors, coaches, church leaders, and finally, your teachers and all of the educational support professionals that have helped made your schooling memorable. As the old proverb says, it takes a village. And our village is thriving. This pandemic may have disrupted our normal, but it has also shown the strength of our community. While we all had to stay home in order to stay safe, you all reached out to one another. People were able to stay connected through technology, of which you all are the experts. You found those in need and found ways to support them, donating to local organizations and supporting local businesses to keep them afloat. You learned to adapt to learning without seeing your teachers and classmates every day. You went without your last spring season of baseball, softball, lacrosse, track and field. You went without the production of Mary Poppins, despite all of the time and energy invested in rehearsals. You went without spring recitals. You went without Mr. Oakdale, without prom, and now without graduation at Mount St. Mary's with each other. But through all of this, you stayed strong. You adapted. You became discouraged. You persisted. You are the generation that was built to overcome this pandemic. You are our future. You are the innovators, creators, leaders, and your imagination will lead this nation forward. I listen to a lot of audiobooks when I run and do chores around the house. I was inspired most recently by Glennon Doyle's newest book, Untamed. One message resonated with me and my belief that we must always be striving to be our best selves. As a teacher, I taught American government, and in teaching the Constitution and various case law, I always came back to the questions, how do we as a nation live up to our ideals? How can we be truer to ourselves? In Doyle's chapter, Imagination, she discusses the idea of the truth inside each of us, that we see the reality around us, but if we look inside ourselves, we can see a truer, more beautiful world. Just because we see the world and the way it has always been does not mean that this is the way that it always has to be. Look inside yourself, discover what is true, what is meant to be, and dream of how to make that happen. If we are not given a seat at the table, make a new table. This pandemic has forced us to stop our normal on a dime and shift our thinking and the way we live. I encourage you to imagine a new reality. As Doyle says, each of us was born to bring forth something that has never existed, a way of being, a family, an idea, art, a community, something brand new, to fully introduce ourselves, and to live from imagination, not indoctrination. Class of 2020, you are the future. You will do great things. We cannot wait to see your imagination and the beautiful world that you will create. Know that you will always have a home at Oakdale High School. Remember your roots and your community as you venture off into new and exciting endeavors. We will forever be proud of all that you have achieved and all that you will achieve. Your future is bright. So bright, we've got to wear shades. Congratulations, Oakdale High School Class of 2020. Forever bear pride. Dr. Albin, I am certifying that these members of the Oakdale High School Class of 2020 have met the requirements for a Maryland High School diploma.
Madison Michelle Frazier. Allison Gabriella Aleza.
Christopher Benjamin Melendez. Blake Gordon Benner.
Chase Monroe Hiltner. Caitlin Carlisle Brightman.
Emma Christine Magacki. Brooke Elizabeth Butler.
Delaney Kilkenny Kramer. Catherine Elizabeth Calvo.
Jordan Kathleen Ondo. Samantha Ann Kozolo.
Christina Marie Ringel. Emily Grace Koblish.
Blake Franklin Averill. Kyler Jeremiah Dorner.
Colin William McMinn. Lindsay Kathleen Edwards.
Sydney Aaron Katz. Nicole Alexandra Etchison.
Olivia Jordan Kreuzberg.
Julia Catherine Fluke.
Christian Monaco Dew. Natalie Porter Flynn.
Lauren Renee Hillary. Chimera Monet Graskowski.
Wyatt Matthew Hagee. May Elaine Hagee.
Samantha Jean Hardesty. Taylor Louise Hardesty.
Rohan Gaurav Shah. Alec William Hess.
Aiden Christopher Fatt. Adam Gregory Hinckley.
Molly Ann Hambrecht. Rachel Catherine Horning.
Amanda Marie Schulian. Rebecca Madeline Icor.
Cassandra Elizabeth Rutledge. Claire Danielle Johnson.
Casey Joy Stefanik. Anna Elizabeth Lemick.
Jack Edward Magacki. James Thomas Lockhart.
Faith Ann Butler. Jacqueline Nicole Lovelace.
Kira Jane Gordy. Nicole Elizabeth Myers.
Chase Aaron Spears. Nicholas Lee Perrin.
Sienna Maria Piccolomini. Isabella Jane Piccolomini.
Owen David Packin. Simon Elliott Price.
Elena Noel Johnston. Jillian Kate Rosenkrantz.
Alyssa Leone Bennett. Maya Justine Schiller.
Sarah Catherine Sedilio. Jenny Lee Sheeler.
Jennifer Elizabeth Chomiak. Madison Elizabeth Spencer.
Grace Catherine Carey. Gabrielle Elizabeth Steed.
Nicholas James LaPlaca. Nathan Cole Temple.
Brody Daniel Asher. Lucas Miles Vaughn.
Joseph Allen Ryan Jenkins. Rachel Renee Whiteman.
Jack Douglas Brown. Griffin Henry Vinyl.
James Lee Solhigh. John Hector Charles Rosario.
Daniel Jimmy Bloom. Xander Clayton Badeau.
Melina Consari. Ziota Shavkat Kizzy Israelova.
Luke William Paul. Hope Elizabeth Townsend.
Alexandra Chandrenko. Teresa Tatiana Light.
Peyton Michael Warfield. Samuel Elias Sagal.
Shania Ann Wilson. Colin Samuel Dempsey.
Anastasia Marie Camp. Rebecca Elaine Long.
Julia Elizabeth Case. Zoe Renee Turner.
Alyssa Mulaney Hook. Zoe Lena Starr.
Ashani Kentawala. Evan Kobayashi Cranmer.
Kyle Stephen Lebiante. Daniel Nikolai Ivanov.
Jackson Mark Mead. Parker William Seaman.
Joshua Taylor Milliken. Jacob Michael Lethwich.
Kendall Rose Morrison. Brianna Marie Kidwell.
Ananya Patri. Anna Victoria Plank.
Claire Danielle Presbaki. Jessica Grace Twilley.
Elijah James Royal. Brent Anson Call.
Jonathan William Wellen. Nathan McLean Kell.
Canyon Zhang. Ali Abalada.
Madison Sarah Brain. Anna Lynn Wilson.
Cameron Renee Courtney. Andrea Auld.
Austin Derek Davis. Preston John Dema.
Sierra Lynn Osborne.
Kayla Marie Caliscan.
Sarah Jasmine Harris. Georgette Awa George.
Riley Elizabeth Katz. Haley Elizabeth Stoll.
Thomas William Kelly. Arthur Blessed Lynn.
David John Klaus. Sarah Marie Peltzer.
Sarah Elizabeth Lamar.
Ariana Yvette Williams.
Ryan Jacob Miller. Wayne Anthony Richardson.
Julia Rose Mitchell. Aubrey Paige Austin.
Emma Hope Melton. Megan Ashley Chang.
Patrick Michael Thomas.
Joseph Reuben Boris.
Cole Michael Thrillkill. Evan Michael Hyatt.
Carly Rose Polk. Emily Nicole Baba.
Julian Eduardo Reyes Espinal. Molly Susan Howard.
Brendan Scott Rakucci. Zachary Jude Werner.
Haley Alexis Lohman. Riley Christopher Barth.
Grant Woodrell Shipley. Benjamin Hyman Bevilacqua.
Dylan James Burney. Luke David Carey.
Angad Sharma. Benjamin Thomas Cole.
Jake Alexander Peachy. DeAndre LaRon Holman.
Samantha Haley Karch. Samantha Lynn Foster.
Mark Cooper Lemley. Nathan Christopher Law.
Riley Edward Dager. Jordan Patrick McGill.
Jason Christopher Rod. Brandon Wayne Oden.
Isabella Grace Holman. Michaela Lee Perry.
Michael Donnell Anderson. Ethan David Reaper.
Patrick James Gill. Caleb Matthew Andre.
Kiera Genevieve Smith. Samantha Gail Gordonell.
Hannah Jane McDonald. Isabella Elaine Gould.
Olivia Hazel Vilchek. Madeline Rose Miller.
Brant McLeod Smith. Nicholas Peter Rauman.
Anissa Zanab Assad. Corey Allison Rice.
Avery Russell McClelland. Theodore David White.
Jonah Robert Childress. Matthew Wells Moran.
Michael Allen Goss. Graham Christopher Albers.
Wendy Kathleen Spellman. Mackenzie Nicole Burley.
Gabriella Marie Finch. Rachel Jane Rayburn.
Joshua Talbert Nanini. Christian Joseph Wright.
Haley Michelle McChesney. Ashley Zamudio Morales.
Nicole Brianna Walsh. Robert Donald Walsh.
Moria Rosemarie Ainsworth. Giovanni Ronnie Angel.
Tanner Joseph Appleby. Allie Grace Aruda.
Andrew James Bodner. Christopher Lee Borson.
Colby James Bragg. Robert Anthony Burris.
Sean Joseph Butler. Molly Elizabeth Carroll.
Emily Catherine Case. Dejan Darnell Charles,
Kathleen Marie Charles, Aaron Thomas Combs,
Aiden Finn Cooney, Zachary Ryan Cooper,
Christopher Albanez Corbett, Tyler Michael Costas,
Ethan Taylor Cox, Hayden Alexander Cox,
Christina Marie Cunha, Michelle Montenegro Cunha,
Olawaramiki Joanna Daramola, Hayden Parker Davis,
Alexandra Donna Dean, Logan Henry DeBoard,
Gabriella Ann Delia, Sophia Lynn Delia,
Paige Ashlyn Detweiler, Devin Michael Dohan,
Emmanuel Alexander Duget, Charles William Doherty,
Brian Christopher Downs, Malik Mohammed Fahmy,
Rylan Grant Fernandez, Peyton Franklin Giverson,
Cheyenne Nicole Gillette, Lee Michael Goodson,
Thomas Kimball Grenier, Lily Louise Grimes,
Matthew Allen Hadzik, Jabril Abdus Shakur Hall,
Shifa Ershad Haq, Adrian Stephen Harmening Gomez,
Lakin Paige Harnley,
Matthew Gate Harris,
Andrew Kyle Hicks, Brandon Peter Nilo,
Patrick Lewis Hawk,
Cheyenne Yolanda Humphrey,
Brendan Grant Hilton, Salman Ahad Jamil.
Satang Ja. Rosie Alejandra Juarez.
Nicole Oganasovna Karakosian. Lamont Lafonso Stewart Kennedy.
Abigail Rose Croner. Emily Kate Landreau.
Nicholas Reed Larson. Justice Anthony Lawson.
Brock Donovan Layden. Miabella Celeste Almergi Lovell.
Kyle Reed Lund. Gabriella Grace McKay.
Michael Thomas Marigwin. Eden Violet Celia Marsh.
Adam Graham Mason. Nathaniel Lee Mathis.
Liam Edward McFadden. Joshua Robert McLaughlin.
Jackson Price Mead. Issa Carolina Melendez Miranda.
Ruben Daniel Mendez. Shane Anthony Miley.
Connor Ethan Moles. Quinn Edward Mood.
Taylor Ariana Nicole Moore. Kaylee Marie Mueller.
Rosa Angelica Munoz. Eli Jackson O'Hare.
Ava Moon O'Keefe. Micah Harrison Ott.
Charles Aiden Parrott. David Rajesh Patel.
Julian Nolan Perry. Taylor Gowan Wright.
Michael David Petty. Jason Joseph Powers.
Cayman Perry Raff. Isabella Daze Jane Rampersad.
Chloe Ann Ricasa, Anthony Isaiah Rodriguez,
Nicholas Allen Rower, Liam Michael Rohr,
Landon Michael Rotter, Shemaiah Munashe Sabute,
Joseph Dennis Salter, Aiden Riley Saunders,
Jahid Ali Shabazz, Braden Vincent Schaefer,
Mason Victor Strasburger,
Sabrina Catherine Sutter,
Luca Gabriel Tolino, William James Trishman,
Lauren Patricia Truelove, Jacob Matthew Turner,
Sage Paris Wand, Cora Marie Wasilko,
David Matthew Waterbury, Zachary Thomas Watkins,
Michael Edward Werder, Joseph William Wilson,
Ryan Michael Wolf, Jackson Stanley Wright,
Jarrett Allen Sear,
Zachary Thomas Morris, Wyatt Blair Hafes,
Tatum Marie Wright.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to present to you the Oakdale High School Class of 2020.
Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated, all tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing, didn't have a time but I always had a vision, always had high hopes. wanted everything, wanted everything. Stay up on that rise, stay up on that rise, never come down. Oh, stay up on that rise, stay up on that rise, never come down. Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated, all tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. They say it's all been done, but they haven't seen the best of me. So I got one more run, and it's gonna be a sight to see. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a dime, but I always had a vision, always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living, didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a dime, but I always had a vision, always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living, didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong, and what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken, the love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach, so remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
job's a joke, you broke, your love life's DOA. It's like you're always stuck in second gear, when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to fall. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too. You're still in bed at 10 and work again at 8. You burned your breakfast so far, things are going great. Your mother warned you there'd be days like these, but she didn't tell you when the world was brought you down to your knees. That I'll be there for you when the rain starts to fall. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too. No one could ever know me, no one could ever see me. Seems you're the only one who knows what it's like to be me.